Hello, you're welcome to day 24 of my 30 days gele challenge. And oh, we had what a chaotic gele session with this beautiful princess you are seeing here. She was very dramatic. In fact, you would see from her gesture, from her display in this video. So let's tie this pretty ruffle gele with V front together. So this is me just forming the base. I think V is now becoming an attitude now. Basically, all geles have V front, and I think they look really nice. There's no denying that. So this is me trying to form the base, the V, forming enough pleats and arranging well as usual. And this gele percentage is 40-60. You can see that right on the page, on the screen earlier. See, unusually, I gisted all through this gele session. Eniola was constantly making me talk. We're just, we had very fun discussion. I wish I could unmute this thing so you could hear the very, very chaotic things we're talking about. It was really, really fun anyway. So I was just trying to form the V. So I thought that to move closer so you can see very well on the camera. And I told you that once you form your first pleat, when you take it to the back, it makes it easier to bring it to the front. And that was just basically what happened here. So I was just trying to trace out the pleats that I had formed from the other one before I brought this one to the front. And that was me making sure that the pleats are equal. I like when my pleats are even on both sides, especially when I'm tying unconventionals like this. So it's me trying to just neatly arrange the pleats here. This gele is one of the shortest gele I've ever tied. I mean, a complicated style and yet still very short. Even my model was very, very surprised because she was like, "Are we done?" And that's it. We didn't even use them. She was like, "Are we done?" Yeah, that's it. We are done. And that's how long it takes to tie gele. Once you know what you want to tie and you are very thorough, like, "Oh, this is what I want to do," you just go straight to the point. So I was on forming the base here, and that was just me trying to adjust her hairs because I think the fabric was really tight towards her hair. You see this particular place, I almost flopped. Just ensure that you pin it tightly. It is tightly pinned. So it's me trying to make sure that it is staying well. And I formed maybe 2 to 3, a couple of pleats before I started making the ruffles. I think I did maybe like 3 to 4 pleats. And that was me trying to pin it to that particular angle to make sure that it's staying in place just before I start forming my ruffles. I'm very careful. So after I had done that, I think I formed, a little bit of pleats more. So it's time to form my ruffle on the side. You see very well, she's going to turn very soon. I'm going to tell her to turn. So I formed a very neat pleat right on the base before it gets to the top. So it gives it in very nice lift and it makes it very defined towards the edge. You see here, I said you should pin it well because I noticed that it was not well pinned and it was slipping right off. So I had to remove it, pin it very well again, make sure that it is tight and in place so we don't scatter everything that we have been building. So for this gele, I wanted to achieve a very, very neat edge, like 2 pleats around the edge, while the inside part is in ruffles. So that's me making sure that the pleats is extending on the other part, just to make it divine. So I'm forming my ruffles, I'm squeezing here, and I basically had to pin so that the ruffles don't fall away. You see, it's coming out nice already. You just pin in place to secure that set of ruffles that I've picked. And this me just pinning it down. See, I advise a thick fabric for ruffles. Actually, it gives it stamina, it makes it stand, and it saves you a lot of stress. As you can see, my model, see. You guys have not even seen it. Let me finish Kelia. You see the way she was already feeling herself. She was already smiling. Like, we're 3 during the session and it was really, really fun. I had someone else in the room and this is not even my studio. I was out, so I had to just make sure I make do. Say when life gives you lemon, you make lemonades. So we're talking about something very serious. I think she was asking me if I could tie this on myself. And I just turned into motivational speaker. I was like, "Oh, if you believe you can, you can." And that was why we started laughing. Because you and I know that there's no way I can tie this on myself easily. Maybe I can. But for an amateur, maybe not. But it's not going to be an easy one. I hardly tie geles on myself because I always want it to be perfect. That sense of perfection doesn't allow me to attempt it on myself because I know I'm not going to be able to tweak the way I would tweak on other people. So that's why I stay away from gele unless I have someone to help me tie it, or if I feel like I have time, then let me just sit down. Let me just see if I can make this work out. And there we have it, our ruffle gele. See how nice it is looking. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.